Welcome to Astronomy and Physical Science in room 184 with Professor Starks. Dear parents, starting this fall semester 2015, things will be a little different in your student science class than you may be used to. We will be fully implementing a teaching model known widely as the flipped classroom. What is a flipped classroom? Please take a few minutes to watch the presentation I've put together for you, which can be found at YouTube. Flipped classroom. This year we'll be using the teaching model flipped classroom. Not all lessons will be in this format, but a majority of the lessons will be taught using this model. While I am new to North High, I'm not new to teaching. I'm a professor at Cuyahoga Community College and a small business owner, CEO of Aspire to Learn Tutoring. We will incorporate different components and more technology slowly. This model will look a lot different than when you or I were inside of a high school science class. I'm here to help all of us be successful. So please let me know if you have any questions, concerns, or feedback. What is a flipped classroom? In a traditional classroom, the teacher stands in front of the class and lectures, provides examples and answers questions. The students are taking notes to make sure they have all the examples from the lesson to use for their homework that night. When the students are taking notes, they might not hear some of the important concepts or information because they are writing to make sure they have all the notes to use for their homework. But then when they are doing their homework that night, they might not understand what the notes mean or why certain steps were done when solving a problem because they did not hear some of the important information. What does class and homework look like? As stated above, in a flipped classroom, students' homework for the night will be to watch videos, which I have created or curated for the lesson and take notes while they are watching. Then they will summarize what they have watched and ask any question using the Cornell note-taking system. The next day, during class, students will review what they have watched and have their questions answered with either their peers or myself. Work on group activities that serve to deepen their understanding and complete their worksheet. What does a flipped classroom require of you as a parent? The flipped classroom enables you as a parent to be more involved in your students' science education. Most parents tend to agree that they do not remember much from their high school science classes and do not feel they can support or help their student at all when they are at home doing homework. However, with the flipped classroom, there are several easy ways you can help your student. You can provide your student with a quiet place to watch the lecture video, preferably with headphones to limit distractions each night. If internet access is not available at your home, provide your student with the time to stay after school to watch the video in the school library or my classroom. Ask your student questions about what they watched and have them read their summary out loud to you. Read their summary yourself to make sure it sounds complete and makes sense. Read the question they asked and see if they can answer it. Encourage them to take their time while watching videos, which means they pause, rewind, or rewatch portions of the video when the teaching is going too fast or when students need a minute to make sense of what was taught. Watch the videos with them so you can learn along with them and help them when it comes to doing regular practice at home the night before the test. What does a flipped classroom require of your student? In reality, a flipped classroom does not change the fact that students are expected to go home and do science homework for 30 to 45 minutes a night. The only thing that is different is the type of science homework that they are doing. Instead of doing mindless practice problems where they can do the problems without really thinking about them, get stuck on the problems or do them incorrectly, or simply not do the problems at all because they think the problems are too difficult, students simply have to watch a video, take notes, and reflect on the summary in question. Students are expected to come prepared to class each day with the background knowledge of each concept, ready to learn it better, deeper, and faster. Students are not expected to have full mastery of the content before they arrive in class, although many students will be at that level. The flipped classroom requires your student to take responsibility for their learning in several ways. Students must plan time to watch the video when they are still fully awake and able to make connections between content. Before 10 p.m. is highly suggested. Students must take initiative to rewatch videos they need to see again. Students must make sure that if they are absent, they still watch the required videos and come to class prepared. Students must make sure that they take initiative to communicate with me, either online or in person, if there are issues with watching the videos. This includes coming and seeing me after school to watch the videos as often as possible. I am Professor Sanchez Starks, and my contact information is as follows. You can email me at sanchez.starks@wvschools.org or sanchez.starks@tri-c.edu.